What is up, guys? Jake or MetalicDzn here, and about 5 minutes ago I just done this tutorial and it actually turned out really well, but then I checked Camtasia and it wasn't recording, so that's pretty much unfortunate for me. But yeah, my dad is talking loudly in the background on the phone, and every now and again he likes to come in and just chat to me. I don't know why, but sorry if he does that, and hopefully it doesn't happen. If it does, I'll just re-record it. So what I'm going to be doing here today is teaching you guys how to do an indented text in Photoshop plus a nice web design styled texture for the background. So I'm going to try and get through this as fast as I can, guys. So you go File, New, and if you miss anything, please just pause the video, go back. Don't hesitate to refresh the page either. So I'm going to go width 1280, height 720. And I'm going to use orange since I've pretty much already done that. So you're going to double click on the lock there so you can unlock that background. And I'm going to select a black and then hit Alt backspace on your keyboard, make a new layer, and select a white, Alt backspace to fill that, and make another new layer, and then Control backspace to fill that with an orange. So I'm going to change the opacities here. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to go Filter on the orange layer, go Filter, Noise, Add Noise, and then change the amount to 5, put on Gaussian or Gaussian, and then select monochromatic just so it doesn't do any colors. Now what I'm going to do is put the opacity for the orange layer to 50 and the opacity for the white layer to 25. And I'm just going to merge those layers down. So I'm going to select the top layer, hold shift, and then click on the bottom layer, right click, merge layers. Now what I'm going to do is make a new layer, get a soft brush here, so you click on brush, put the size to 1550, and then put the hardness down to 0. And you're going to try and click in the middle here, so that there is pretty much in the middle. Then I'm going to change the blend mode to that to overlay, and that does look really good in my opinion. So the next thing I'm going to do is just merge those down again, and now we can get into the text. Actually, before I do that, sorry, click on image, go to adjustments, brightness and contrast. And for the brightness, we're going to go to -30, and for the contrast, we're going to go 30. So yeah, that does look pretty good, guys. So we're going to select the text tool here, and I'm actually getting through this really fast. So put the size of the text to 250, and then on here select smooth. And the text I'm going to be using is called Typograph Pro. I know it is a really hard text to find, and I can't put that in the description, so sorry about that, guys. But what I'm going to write is tutorial. And I'm actually going to make it a bit smaller. Alright, so 175 should do. I'm just going to get the rulers here, and if you don't have the rulers, guys, I'm pretty sure all of you guys should know how to use the rulers here. Just hit Control R on your keyboard and it'll bring up the rules. You select from the side, click in, do that shit, it's pretty easy. So I'm going to use my arrow keys here to get it right dead center in the middle, just so it looks a bit better, a bit more presentable, if you will. So I'm just going to take away the rulers, and let's get into the layer styles. So I'm going to double click on that, and before that I actually might change this to extra bold, just because I like that better, it just looks fat. Alright, so I'm going to double click on the tutorial layer, and first you're going to click on the gradient overlay, so click on the tick and then actually click on the text to select, and we're going to click on that line there, the gradient line, and here just click on the little black dot, the bottom one, and then select the color. And here we're just going to click as close to the text as we can so you get right next to the text pretty much, and you get the color there. We're going to do the same for the white, so you go up to the top where the white gradient is, so you get the color of the background, and then you're going to hit reverse. Now what I do is go to color overlay, change that to black, and put the opacity to 65. Now you go to the inner shadow, put the opacity to 100, blend mode to normal, turn off use global light, put the angle to 90, size 0 and distance to 2. And now we're going to do the same thing for the drop shadow, except it's going to be white, and the blend mode will be overlay. So we're going to change that to a white, change the blend mode to overlay. There we go. Turn off use global light, put the angle to 90, size to 0, and the distance to 2. Might actually just... Alright, so I'm going to put the drop shadow to 30 and put the inner shadow, maybe change that to soft light. I do that sometimes. And then maybe put that down to about 75. So that's looking pretty good, but there's a couple more things I could do. So I'm going to double click back on the layer again, go to inner shadow, out of inner shadow, and then change the blend mode to normal, change the color to black, and then put the opacity to 100. And we're just going to look around here, put the range to 100, and that looks pretty good. So size 6 there, and I might take the opacity down just a bit. So I'm going to put the opacity to 50. So that does look pretty good, guys. That is in under 6 minutes also. And once you add color correction and stuff, that'll look perfect. It usually does. It doesn't look perfect all the time for me, or it never has looked perfect, but yeah, hopefully this helps you guys out. What I've done there for the background was, this is basically 2 tutorials in one pretty much, and that's for the indented text in the background and the nice background that I've done there, which is what I've done on my personal background for you guys that don't know that. So I'm trying to think of anything that I may have missed. Sometimes I just muck around with all these stuff like satin, sometimes I do that. So I'm just going to do this quickly just to see what kind of difference it makes. Usually I just leave it the way it was before, because that really doesn't make too much of a difference. You could even make it outer glow, so put that to white. And this is just variations, guys. Like, usually I just keep it pretty simple. You can put the range probably up to 75. Put the opacity to overlay, and maybe opacity to 25. So yeah, that doesn't really make too much of a difference, but this is the indented text tutorial. It is really simple to figure out, really simple to do, and it does give a nice effect on backgrounds, website designs, etc, etc. So if you guys enjoyed this tutorial, can you please leave a thumbs up on the video? It does really help me a lot, since if you like the video, it comes up on other people's feeds that are friends and subscribe to you and stuff. So every like does really help me out. And I think with my background contest I might cancel that. It was supposed to end today, but I only got like a couple entries, and I'm pretty disappointed about that. But I might host another one for 1K, but I do have a really good graphics pack coming out for 1K. Every single thing is made from me personally. None of that pre-overused shit that you get out of every single other piece of shit GFX pack on YouTube. So I can guarantee you guys that you will enjoy my graphics pack if I get to 1K. So thank you guys for watching. That's about it. If you have any tutorial suggestions, can you please leave them in the description. And that's about it, guys. Talk to you guys later. Sup.
Thanks for watching another MetalicDzn video. Don't forget to rate this video, and if you haven't already, please subscribe.